We say yes when the bank says no. Low deposit, self-employed, low income or no genuine savings? We can deal with many lenders and can be your solution. Now is the best time to buy property. Contact Matthew on 0414 556 747.
ඉස්සර නිසා සොරිද
Forever ලුණුමිල ඇන්ටි-ඩැන්ඩ්‍රෆ් කන්ඩිෂනින් ෂැම්පූ ඖෂධීය ලුණුමිල ශාකසාරී ඉස්සොරි සම්පූර්ණයෙන් පාලනය කර දැකුම් කළු නිරෝගී කෙස් කලමක් ලබා දී.
Our guest this morning is a well-known musician all the way from Sri Lanka. He's been in show business for nearly 40 years. It's with great pleasure I'd like to introduce Demian D in our studios this morning.
There's a child not far away whose life has gone astray. He needs to find his way towards a better day. It's not his fault, no, he has none. No, it's not his destiny. Well, they all need a start. Light up your life, give them another chance, just to know how it feels. A life that can smile and leave people giving hope to go on living. Tomorrow is more than a dream, for tomorrow is more than a dream, for tomorrow is more than a dream.
Thanks, Demian. As I said before, it's a beautiful tune, and the lyrics, it means a lot to me because you were able to get that message across.
Yeah, it's a very touching song. It's very
Definitely.
close. The lyrics were done by a very close friend of mine
Okay.
from JWT,
Yeah.
who is also very much involved in the project, and it worked out well.
Okay.
Great.
That's good. Now, after that, Demian, what are the other bands you performed with?
Yeah, I did a stint with Wildfire for 2 years.
Is that with Derek?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and then moved on to Misty.
Yeah. And how long were you with Misty?
2 years again.
Okay.
So we enjoyed. We had good fun, Raji and I.
Yeah.
We are all good friends.
Yeah.
And we still meet up when I do spots with them or so on.
Okay.
Or vice versa, he comes and does spots with
that's
us.
good, yeah. And now you got your own band,
Yeah.
D-Zone. Will you be able to briefly tell me about the lineup and how the band is going?
Yeah. Eventually I formed my own band because I was not the guy who started the band. I was joining bands and doing my best for the bands.
Yeah.
So then I formed D-Zone, and we had 6 Ds at that time.
Yeah.
So the name became D-Zone.
So
just
who,
like that.
who are the Ds?
Now there's nobody there.
Okay.
I changed, and
Okay.
only D left is me.
Okay, all right. Demian, talking about D-Zone, I had read and heard from lots of good musicians that D-Zone is one of the nice tight bands. Now, will you be able to briefly tell me what are the other venues? Have you been overseas with this band?
Oh yes, yeah. The band is now 6 years old.
Okay.
I kept a low profile because I believe in doing my music with the band, getting the band organized, sound good, and then talking about it.
Okay.
So kept a very low profile, worked very hard, and then we already did 2 31st nights in Dubai at the Royal Meridian.
Okay.
We did the US, Sri Lanka 40th anniversary dance in LA. Then we did Aussie 2 years, Melbourne.
Yeah.
And we hope to come back this year in August again
Yeah.
for the Joe's dance.
Okay. Right.
I hope you'll be a part of that too.
Yeah, it should be. But see, that's very good, Demian.
Yeah.
As you said, you kept a low profile. But though you kept a low profile among musicians, they knew that you had your own band. And I also get, you get very good reviews about the band. So you must be doing something really good.
Derek, I really work hard within the band, with all different sections like the vocals and the guitar section, the keyboard section, and bass and drums.
Yeah.
I work really hard.
Yeah.
I put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I work with the guys too very closely, so that we are all involved. We put in a collective effort to make it sound good, and that the output of the band sounds good as one band, not an individual or where we focus only on a person in the band.
Yeah.
We worked hard as a band, because that's what I believe in when we work in a band.
Yeah.
And it worked out fine, actually. It worked out
And
really
also
well.
with the experience you had, especially being with that one band for 20 years, I mean, that's, you know exactly what you're looking for. You know.
Yes, exactly.
And,
taught me a lot.
Yeah.
And
you're giving that
I'm
input
giving
to
it
the...
back. I'm
giving
giving
them
it back.
Okay. What's your future vision, Demian?
Okay, just before I come to the future vision, let me tell you some other news now.
Yeah.
I was also a fan of Amazing Grace that time.
Yeah.
As a young guy.
Yeah.
I used to go and watch them and learn from them how they play different styles, etc.
Yeah.
We didn't even have money to buy a drink, but we managed to get into the club, fill the glass with water, ice, and a piece of lemon, and sip it the whole night, just watching the band.
Yeah.
So two of the guys were Benji and Donald.
Yeah.
And today,
Tony
and Reza, of
That's
course,
right, yeah.
the legends, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm happy to say that this year, Donald and Benji are joining me. Yes, they are joining the Zone, and we are starting rehearsals as I go back.
Gee, this is news.
Yes, it's
Oh,
good
really?
news.
That's
It's
very good news. Okay.
I'm so happy to have them, and they're my big brothers.
Yeah.
We looked up to them and learned off them, and
Yeah.
today we are
See,
going.
but that's going to be a tight band, believe it or not. I mean, the lineup with Benji and Donald and yourself and the rest of the boys, it's going to be a tight band.
Definitely,
Yeah.
and we're getting a girl too.
Right.
So it'll be good. It's a difference and another step for the Zone.
Right. Now, as I asked you before, what's your future vision in the career, in the music career, and what you want to be?
Yeah, Derek, we have, as Western musicians, we in Sri Lanka have had no governing body to support the musicians throughout. And my seniors like Aruna Sirivardhana, Sohan, Sunilaya, they've all tried to set up this association or whatever to support the musicians. But we never got it going. It never happened. But for the past 2 years, we formed this committee, and we did our best. We worked very hard again, set up a constitution, and it's in place. We registered it. Now it's all ready. Now the membership drive is starting. So we hope that we have a voice for us musicians to support us and protect us and be there for any situation.
Yeah.
So I'm very
that's
happy about
giving
it.
you full protection in it, even if you perform someplace and if you weren't paid, at least the
Exactly.
WMA body will
Exactly.
work on and help the young musicians.
Exactly.
To go.
Definitely.
And you spoke about the committee. Who are the other members?
It's a 15-member committee.
Right.
There is Aruna, Sohan, Donald, Corinne, then Roshan Vijayaratna of events, and Chris Dasan, then Rienzi of X Flame, Niroshan, who's a top banker drummer.
Yeah.
Then we have a lawyer in Shehan. Good super team.
Yeah,
brilliant
definitely.
team. Yeah.
So having all the especially the committee with experience, they are not newcomers, so they know the business.
Yes, definitely. It's an interim committee at the moment because we are setting it up and putting everything in place, and then we are going to hand it over to the musicians for them to let them decide who's going to take it forward.
Okay.
We have an advisory council too, who's overlooking the committee.
Okay.
So if we go wrong, they can dissolve it
Yeah.
and change it immediately, and, or pinpoint,
Yeah,
say,
right.
what are you doing? That's wrong,
Okay.
As Maxi, Minon,
Yeah.
Narun Dias,
Yeah.
they're all in that advisory council,
Okay.
for us.
Yeah.
So
That's also giving the young upcoming performers, some sort of way to protect themselves.
of course.
And also any problems, as you said, they can approach the committee
Of
like
course.
you guys
Yeah.
and say, what are we doing wrong? And so
Yeah.
there is a body, like
Definitely.
in Australia, we had the Australian Musicians Union.
Yeah.
So it's I'm glad we got
Yeah.
we got a thing like that in Sri Lanka. This is the first time I've heard about it, and
Definitely.
let me congratulate you for doing such a
Thank
wonderful
you.
job for
Will-
especially for our musicians.
Thank you, Derek. We hope, in future we can, work closely with you too, and between Australia and Colombo, and we can do something for the future of the musicians. Our top priority is healthcare,
Yeah,
because we don't have healthcare, and some of us can't even afford to go to a doctor, and even the sound boys, they have nobody.
yeah,
We depend on them, they depend on us, their families. So we got them also on board. And also protection for musicians and bands
Yeah.
and artists. Protection.
that's
Because
very important.
We, promoters, they will get the bands, do charities for everybody else.
Right,
They won't do charity for us.
for that, yeah, that's
The
right.
promoters don't even think about
Yeah.
treating the musicians right.
Yeah,
They don't even care how to look after
yeah.
when they hire the musicians.
Demian, thank you on behalf of all musicians. I just want to congratulate you and the committee
Pleasure.
for thinking about these sort of things for the hardship of some musicians, and I'm really, really grateful of this committee putting a concept like this, calling them is the WMA.
WMA, Western Musicians
Yeah,
Association.
okay. Anyway, keep up the good work, Demian.
Thank
It's
you.
been very interesting talking to you, and let me wish you all the very best with this new lineup, and looking forward to seeing you once again in Melbourne.
Thank you so much for having me, Derek. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.
There's no better place on earth. Yeah, I dream of you, Sri Lanka. Yeah.
I pray for you, Sri Lanka.
My hopes on you, Sri Lanka.
Our sponsors are Prestige Robes and Screens, Transco Cargo,
Southern Star Motors,
Colombo Money Transfer,
Fairfield Lawyers,
Jet Travel and Cruise,
Forever Skin Naturals,
D Legal.
Sahandro.